I believe, does Mario use a neck strap? No, he doesn't use a neck strap, but he does use a cushion on the outside. These cars are so fast now around the corners that you're physically not strong enough with your own neck muscles. Fernandez having a good day. Nothing gives a driver confidence more than having mileage in races, racing wheel to wheel with the big names. Then you know you can do it. Then suddenly things get better. Sometimes they even get easier.
Johnny Enzer there in the 19 car. Scott Goodyear started in 23rd place. Now he runs in 9th place, the winner of the Michigan 500. And some question about his future, the future of the Budweiser sponsorship and of the team for next year.
I would have thought that Scott Goodyear is a desirable entity, a race winner as we've seen many times. Such a shame this marriage between Kenny Bernstein's team and Scott Goodyear just did not go right from day one. But Goodyear won't even hardly remember that Michigan 500 win because this season has been such a struggle. But he is talking to everybody right now, and I'm sure he will find good employment for next season.
At the top of the field, Emerson Fittipaldi as you ride on board Bobby Rahal's car. The Honda's made it 174 laps.
I think one of the reasons Rahal was disappointed was that the speed of progress was one of the biggest disappointments he found with the Honda engine program this year. And he just says, first and foremost, I'm here to win for my team, and secondly, I have to service my sponsors. So the decision was made to drop the Honda program.
Al Unser Jr. as he dials around the outside. Willie T. Ribbs now running in 11th place. Great run for Willie T. Started 24th. So he's showing some stuff here today. One of the other Walker Motorsports cars.
And he has bigger and better backing from Bill Cosby for next year. Bill Cosby was largely responsible for the service merchandise logo that you see on the side of this car. That was what finances some of Willie T's racing. But he will be back bigger and better next year.
Let's go pit side. Gary Gerald.
Well, with just over 20 laps to go, let's update the situation for Emerson Fittipaldi. They now know that they're going to be at least 5 laps short if it stays green the rest of the way. The crew plays for yellow. If they get yellow, it's a huge break. If it stays green, they'll have to come in for a splash of fuel. Can he get out in time to protect the lead? Second thing we need to update, Mario Andretti has been released from the safety center, has gone back to his motor coach. He has a bruised thigh. So good news for Mario, Paul.
Well, they were looking at his right leg, so that explains that. Emerson Fittipaldi pulled to 21 seconds ahead of second place Al Unser Jr. after dropping to 18.5 seconds ahead. He's now at 19.5 seconds. EDS scoring computer helpful not only for the crews down in the pits where they can keep track of everything, but it sure helps us keep track of everything too, as well as give you all that information like we're running across the bottom of the screen today.
Now sometimes it takes longer to change wheels and tires than it will to do a timed stop. Emerson, we know, blistered the tires earlier, but if he thinks that he can make it through on this set of tires, it may prompt him to take a gamble of just doing a timed fuel stop and trying to beat Al Jr. back out of the pits.
So Emerson Fittipaldi has the lead with 179 laps complete, and Penske's are still the top 3. ESPN's coverage of the Slick 5200 has been brought to you by Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. And by your local Yamaha dealer, who invites you to see their exciting line of motorcycles, ATVs, and snowmobiles. 5200, Emerson Fittipaldi still due for a stop any time now. 15 laps to go in the run. Al Unser Jr. is in second place now, 17 seconds back. Paul Tracy is third, then Michael Andretti and Raul Boesel. We give you the entire rundown across the bottom of your screen. The question is Fittipaldi. Is 18, 19 seconds in front long enough? I don't think so. But then it doesn't have to be much of a stop either.
Just a splash and go. Here he goes down the inside of Tracy.
Whoa!
May suggest that those tires are still in fairly good shape. Scott Goodyear moves to the outside. That was Marco Greco down the inside.
Goodyear got way up high to get out of the way.
But this could set up a very interesting pit stop if he keeps the tires and just dumps as much fuel as he thinks he needs for that last, or for the 5 laps that he can't make it.
All right, now, that's what they have told us. Not that they would misrepresent, but they are looking at telemetry on the car. They're looking at now a 20-second lead. Is there a point here as we move toward the final 10 miles in which you say, hey, Emo, if you slow it down just this much, you can get your fuel to the end? Is that in the calculation?
No, 5 miles worth of fuel with this short a distance to go can never be saved by just backing out of it a little bit. You'd have to back out way too much, and Al Unser Jr. and Tracy would gobble that lead up very, very quickly.
So the man of the moment remains Emerson Fittipaldi. The question will remain Al Unser Jr., Jan Beacon.
Well, at the moment, it's Michael Andretti who's in the pits, who had to come in for a splash and go. There he is. He got it. He lights up the tires, and he's out of here. But that's really going to drop him out of his 4th place position.
Came in 4th. Boesel was running in 5th. See if Boesel gets him as they come out of the pits.
What a gamble it is sometimes if you do try and stretch the fuel more than it can go. Yellow flags, though, can be a godsend situation like this for Fittipaldi, but you just can't plan on something like that. But right now, the tires look good to me because he's just as fast as the man running 2nd, Paul Tracy, our 3rd, Paul Tracy.
Boesel did get around Michael Andretti as Michael made that flash and go stop. And the indication now as we cross the 191st mile is that in just 4 miles, Fittipaldi will run for the pits and make his stop.
That was Gugelmin who moved down to the inside in the Hollywood Reynard, not having a good weekend, not just a good day, hasn't had a good weekend at all. Fernandez now moves to the inside, lets the leaders go through.
Fittipaldi is still flying. He ran a lap just a few laps ago, the fastest of the race at 164.5 miles an hour. Last lap, he was way down through traffic at 153.
And there you saw that confident outside line that those Penske drivers are able to take. There is a confidence that the car tells you that allows you to go right up beside the concrete wall, and you see other drivers and cars down the inside, which shows they're not happy with the handling or the tires or something on their particular car.
Rick Reineman and the rest of Fittipaldi's crew is ready on the wall. Now Rick comes over the wall and the rest of the crew begins to lay out. So Fittipaldi due in here on the end of this lap.
Now Emerson knows the in and the out lap are vital if he's not to lose too much time. So he needs to peel off at turn 4 as quickly as possible and get down. There he goes.
All right, Fittipaldi gets it down under the 80 miles an hour. This is going to be an incredibly long time. He wobbles just a bit. Under braking, Gary Gerould, he's coming toward you.
And the crowd has come to its feet across the racetrack watching. Here's Emo. It'll be very quick. Pressure on the crew. They'll get the fuel, and then he's got to keep it under 80 miles an hour on the exit. He's rolling in 5.9 seconds. Now, will he be able to hang on to the lead? I don't think so. No.
Al Unser Jr. comes by on the pit exit. Fittipaldi into 2nd place.
And it was a timed pit stop for fuel, no tires.
Paul Tracy got around as well, so that puts Fittipaldi back into 3rd place.
So now when we saw Fittipaldi trying to pass Tracy, that was to put a lap on him. Now it is a battle for position to see if he can catch and pass Paul Tracy.
A little gift for Al Unser Jr. as the Fittipaldi pit stop is too long. The run down the pits, very costly to him, though he maintained the legal limit. And now with 4 laps to go, it's catch-up for Paul Tracy trying to catch Al Unser Jr. Fittipaldi fell off to 3rd.
And 4 laps sounds a lot sometimes, but it's only 4 miles here. But look at the battle here for the lead. Al Jr. was caught behind the traffic of Michael Andretti as Jimmy Vasser moves aside.
Now 3 laps to go. Tracy on the charge. There's Tracy. There is little Al just ahead. They get around Jimmy Vasser. Boy, look at how far out. Paul Tracy's able to dial the car and come off the corner.
And there is another traffic jam that Al Unser Jr. has to pass. There's 4 cars, including Bozell, Michael, Willie T. Ribbs, and Goodyear.
Little Al comes down to get bottled up behind that. Tracy's closing now. Tracy looking for room to race on Little Al. Fittipaldi is closing too. Little Al comes to the inside. Just about a lap and a half to go now.
3 wide, and Tracy needs a good run in traffic if he's to catch Al Jr. All 3 Penske cars are in a line without team orders.
They cross the line. Al Unser Jr. in front. The white flag being given to all 3 at the top. Tracy in closing position. Fittipaldi in third, and he closes in. On the backstretch, the final lap of the run.
Too far behind for Tracy. He's too far behind to make a run.
Al Unser Jr. makes his final turn off the corner, and Al Unser Jr. picking up the lead in the last 5 laps, takes the 26th win of his career and the 7th of the year, and takes another jump in PPG points. Al Unser Jr. has taken the win at New Hampshire. Well, the Slick 5200 has been run at New Hampshire International. Al Unser Jr. takes the win. Penske cars 1, 2, 3. Raul Boesel first in class, finishing in 4th. Take a look at some excellent results in the middle of all of this. People like Adrian Fernandez, Dominic Dobson, Jimmy Vasser, all with good results today as we take a look at the unofficial results of today's run. And some carnage there to cars like Leondikes and Villeneuve and Mario Andretti. Now let's talk with the winner. Here's Gary Gerould.
For the 4th time this year, the Penske juggernaut. 1, 2, 3. Junior, did you know how close and quickly they were closing in those last 5 laps after you got the lead on Emerson Splash and Go?
Yeah, I did. I realized how close they were coming and all that, but, I was trying to get Michael, but I couldn't take any big chances, and Michael was running just quick enough there at the end that I just couldn't stick my nose up on the outside coming off. He was leaving me room, but it was just one of those things on taking the chance. And
about 60 laps to go, you had a glitch. You suddenly slowed. We understand you made an adjustment on the mixture of the fuel, and it cleared up. Do you have any idea what happened?
No, I really don't. It was something with the computer, of course, or something it was fuel pressure was what the problem was, and I lost fuel pressure. And I just switched to another map, and it came back on. So, we were very lucky on the Marlboro Team Penske.
Wings, guys.
And the wins just keep stacking up. Congratulations.
Thanks. I want to say hello to little Al and Cody and Shannon at home, and this one's for you, kids.
Paul?
Well, when you're the winner, you can do things like that. A 40-point lead Al Unser Jr. now has over Emerson Fittipaldi and Paul Tracy. The Indy cars next go on to Vancouver, Canada, all the way across the country, and we'll have coverage there right here on ESPN. I'm Paul Page for Derek Daly, Jan Vikas, and Gary Gerould. So long from the Indy cars.